Hi, in this video, we will solve the first complete comprehensive example with forfeiture and reissue of shares along with pro rata allotment. So let's go to the first example sum. Example sum. Alpha Limited invited applications for issuing 75,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. The amount was payable as follows. On application and allotment, rupees 4 per share. On the first call, rupees 3 per share. And on the second and final call, the balance amount. Applications for 1 lakh shares were received. Shares were allotted to all the applicants on pro rata basis, and excess money received with application was transferred towards sums due on first call. Vibha, who was allotted 750 shares, failed to pay the first call. Her shares were immediately forfeited. Afterwards, the second call was made. The amount due on second call was also received, except on 1,000 shares applied by Monica. Her shares were also forfeited. All the forfeited shares were reissued to Mohit for rupees 9,000 as fully paid up. We are asked to pass the necessary journal entries in the books of Alpha Limited for the above transactions. We'll begin with the first working note, which is preparation of the 9-column table. Working note 1. On the right hand side, you will write down the breakup. Application plus allotment is rupees 4. The first call is rupees 3, and the final call to be the balancing figure. The issue price is rupees 10, the face value, and therefore the amount due on second and final call is rupees 3. Let's go ahead with filling the 9-column table. Category: number of shares applied, number of shares allotted, application plus allotment money received, amount of application plus allotment money transferred to share capital. Next is the refund column. Next column, first call money due. Excess application transferred to the first call. And the last column, bank to first call. There is only one category. The number of shares applied is 1 lakh equity shares. Pro rata allotment. So the number of shares allotted should be equal to 75,000 shares. The application plus allotment money received is number of shares applied multiplied by 4 rupees per share, which is rupees 4 lakh. The amount of application and allotment money which is transferred to share capital is rupees 4 per share multiplied by the number of shares allotted, 75,000 shares, and it comes up to 3 lakh rupees. There will be no refund because the entire excess money is transferred to the first call. the first call money due, rupees 3 per share multiplied by the number of shares allotted, which is 75,000 shares. So the amount due is rupees 2,25,000. The excess application plus allotment, which is transferred to first call, is the difference between the application plus allotment money received and the amount which is transferred to the share capital. Comes up to 1 lakh rupees. And bank to first call, the amount receivable is 2,25,000 rupees minus 1 lakh rupees, which is 1,25,000 rupees. Working note 2. Let's get the details regarding Vibha's 750 shares. Amount of first call money not paid by Vibha, we will take the two columns as number of shares allotted and the bank to first call, which is the last column. Against number of shares allotted, we will write 75,000 shares, and bank to first call is rupees 1,25,000. Hence, for 750 shares, the amount 750 multiplied by 1,25,000 divided by 75,000, which comes up to rupees 1,250 rupees. So the first call money, which is not paid by Vibha, is equal to 1,250 rupees. We'll move on to the amount which is paid by Vibha. The two columns we will take are number of shares allotted column and the application plus allotment money received column. So we have, as per the column, number of shares allotted 75,000 shares, for which rupees 4 lakh has been received, application plus allotment money. So again 75,000 shares, we have rupees 4 lakh. Therefore again 750 shares of Vibha, the amount is 750 multiplied by rupees 4 lakh divided by 75,000, and this comes up to rupees 4,000. So the amount paid by Vibha is rupees 4,000. Let's go to working note 3. The details of Monica's shares. First we will find out Monica has applied for 1,000 shares. Let's find out the number of shares allotted to Monica. Number of shares allotted to Monica. We will take the number of shares applied column and the number of shares allotted column. We have in our table, against 1 lakh shares applied, the shares allotted are 75,000 shares. So against 1 lakh shares, it's 75,000 shares. Hence, against 1000 shares applied for, the number of shares allotted would be 750 shares. So the number of shares allotted to Monica is 750 shares. Monica has not paid the second call money. Amount of second call money not paid by Monica. We need to take the 750 shares which has been allotted to her and multiply it with the amount of the second call money per share, which is rupees 3. And we are left with rupees 2,250 rupees. And let's go on to the amount received from Monica. $750 shares multiplied by, she has paid the application allotment and the first call money. So the amount received is 750 shares multiplied by rupees 7 per share, which comes up to 5,250 rupees. The working notes are done. We will go ahead with passing of journal entries. Solution. Journal. We have the date / serial number, particulars, LF, debit rupees and credit rupees. The first journal entry is for the application and allotment money received. Bank account debit to equity share application and allotment account. The amount is the total of the fourth column, application plus allotment money received. The amount received 4 lakh rupees. Narration, application and allotment money received on 1 lakh shares at rupees 4 per share. The next entry, equity share application and allotment account debit. The amount of the first journal entry 4 lakh rupees to equity share capital account the amount of application and allotment money which is transferred to share capital. The total of the fifth column, amount transferred 3 lakh rupees and 2 calls in advance account. This is the amount which has been transferred from the application and allotment money to the first call, the excess application plus allotment transferred to first call. This is the total of the eighth column. 1 lakh rupees. Narration, application, and allotment money utilized. Let's move on to the third journal entry. We need to make the first call money due, equity, share, first call account debit, two, equity, share capital account, for the first call money due. On 75,000 shares at rupees 3 per share. So the amount due is the total of the seventh column, 75,000 shares multiplied by 3 rupees per share, 2,25,000 rupees. We'll move on to the fourth journal entry for receipt of the first call money. Bank account debit. We also need to transfer the amount of calls in advance to the first call. So calls in advance account debit to equity share first call account. The amount to be debited to bank account is the last column amount, the ninth column, 1,25,000 rupees, and we need to subtract from this the amount of first call money which is not paid by VIBA. So, which is this 1,250 rupees. So the final amount, 1,23,750 rupees. The amount of calls in advance is rupees 1 lakh. And the total amount to be credited to equity share first call account, 2,23,750 rupees. Narration, first call money received. Now, the problem says that VIBA shares were forfeited immediately after the first call. So the next entry, we will forfeit VIBA shares. 5. Equity share capital account debit. 2. Share forfeiture account. And 2. Equity share first call account. The narration, 750 shares of VIBA forfeited for non-payment of first call money. against the equity share capital account, the number of shares forfeited, which is 750 shares, multiplied by the amount which is called up to the time of the forfeiture, which is rupees 7 per share, comes up to 5,250 rupees. Again, share forfeiture account, we need to write the amount which is paid by VIBA. We have already made a calculation. Amount paid by VIBA is rupees 4,000. And against equity share first call account, we will write the amount of first call money which is not paid by VIBA, which is 1,250 rupees. We forfeited VIBA shares. Let's make the second call money due. Equity share second and final call account debit to equity share capital account. Final call money of rupees 3 per share due on the total number of shares is 75,000 shares. We forfeited VIBA 750 shares, so the final call money is due on 74,250 shares. After multiplication, which is 74,250 multiplied by rupees 3 per share, we get 2,22,750 rupees. The seventh entry is for the receipt of the final call money. Bank account debit to equity share second and final call account. Final call money received on we have not received for Monica's 750 shares also, so we've received on 74,250 shares minus 750 shares of Monica, which is 73,500 shares. After multiplication, we have 2,20,500 rupees. Next entry is to forfeit Monica's 750 shares. Equity share capital account debit to share forfeiture account to equity share second and final call account. 750 shares of Monica forfeited for non-payment of final call money. Against equity share capital, the number of shares forfeited 750 shares multiplied by the amount which is called up at the time of the forfeiture, which is the full face value, rupees 10, 7,500 rupees. Again, share forfeiture, amount received from Monica, which we've already calculated as 5,250 rupees. And the amount of second call money not paid by Monica, we've calculated that also, it's 2,250 rupees. The next entry is for the reissue of the shares. All the forfeited shares have been reissued to Mohit for rupees 9,000 as fully paid up. So let's reissue the shares. Bank account debit, ₹9,000. Now it's fully paid up, 1,500 shares reissued. So against equity share capital we will write 15,000, so it's reissue of shares at a discount. So share forfeiture account debit, we put it as a balancing figure, to equity share capital account. The number of shares reissued, 1,500 shares, which is 750 shares of Vibha plus 750 shares of Monica, 1,500 shares multiplied by rupees 10 per share, because it's fully paid up, 15,000 rupees. So it's reissue at discount, and the amount of discount on reissue is 6,000 rupees, the balancing figure. 15k minus 9k. Narration, 1,500 shares reissued at discount. And the final entry, the 10th entry, is for transfer of gain on the reissue of forfeited shares to capital reserve. Share forfeiture account debit, to capital reserve account for gain on the reissue of forfeited shares transferred to capital reserve. Working notes for the same. Amount received on the shares forfeited minus the discount on reissue, which is equal to the amount received from Vibha's 750 shares plus amount received from Monica's 750 shares minus the discount on reissue. From the reissue journal entry we get that the discount on reissue is rupees 6,000. So minus 6,000 rupees. Let's check out the amount which is received from Vibha's 750 shares. We can go to Vibha's forfeiture entry, we've received rupees 4,000 from Viba, and from Monica we've received 5,250 rupees. So it's 4,000 plus 5,250 rupees minus 6,000 rupees, which is equal to 3,250 rupees. The amount of gain which is transferred to capital reserve. So we'll enter the amount 3,250 rupees. The entries are done. I will remove the split. We can view the answer. So that's the example sum on top. These are the working notes, the first part. The second part and the solution also. The next part of the journal entries. Continuation of journal entries. And the final part of the journal entries.